My cheap boss tried to save money by banning us from using the office air conditioning during a record-breaking heat wave. His greed backfired so hard it melted $20,000 worth of company equipment and shut down our operations. Here's how it happened. I used to work as a junior data analyst for a regional logistics firm. The owner, a notoriously stingy man named Richard, constantly looked for petty ways to cut costs. He bought the cheapest coffee, rationed the printing paper, and monitored our bathroom breaks. But his worst corporate policy happened during the middle of July, when the city hit a blistering 105 degrees. On Monday morning, we walked into the office and it felt like a literal sauna. Richard had installed heavy-duty plastic lockboxes over every single thermostat in the building. He sent out a company-wide email stating that AC was a luxury, not a right, and that we needed to dress lighter to save the company money on the electric bill. We were sweating through our clothes, dizzy and completely miserable. When my manager went into Richard's office to complain, he noticed Richard had a private, portable AC unit running directly under his desk. Richard laughed him out of the room and said, "If the staff doesn't like it, they can work faster to get home sooner." That's when I noticed a major flaw in his brilliant plan. Our main server room, which housed the network architecture for our entire shipping database, was connected to the exact same central cooling zone as the main office floor. I checked the employee handbook. It clearly stated that regular staff were strictly forbidden from altering, tampering with, or attempting to bypass any climate control devices under penalty of immediate termination. So, I decided to follow his rules to the exact letter. I told the entire staff to leave the lockboxes completely alone. We went about our work, sweating profusely, while the temperature inside the building crept higher and higher. By 2 p.m., the office wall thermometer read 98 degrees. Suddenly, a loud, high-pitched alarm started blaring from the back corridor. It was the emergency thermal sensor in the server room. Because Richard had cut the cooling to the whole floor, the mainframes had completely overheated. Within 2 minutes, the entire corporate network crashed. Our monitors went black, the phone lines died, and our logistics tracking software went totally offline. Richard came running out of his office in an absolute panic, screaming at me to bypass the lockbox and turn the AC down to 60 degrees. I calmly pointed to the corporate policy on my phone and said, "I'm sorry, Richard, but the handbook says tampering with the climate control is an immediate fireable offense. I can't touch it without a written, notarized corporate exemption." By the time he found his keys and unlocked the box himself, the damage was already done. The main server motherboards had literally melted from the extreme heat. The entire company was completely paralyzed, unable to process a single shipment or track a single truck for 3 straight days. Richard had to pay an emergency IT crew $20,000 to replace the hardware on a weekend rush, all to save about $50 on his monthly electric bill. The corporate board found out about his AC ban, launched an investigation into his management style, and forced him to step down by the end of the month. Was I wrong for following the handbook, or did he get exactly what he deserved? Let me know in the comments.